change this here. Second. Losing my mind.
keeps it on here. I don't know. It's like it keeps cutting on and on. I don't know if live is here. Yeah, that obviously was the internet in the car that making that happen. I'll just keep seeing if it connects or reconnects. If it doesn't, that means that it's no good. But we'll see. We'll still says zero connected. Hey, oh, it's not going now. Thank you for that. All right, now I was talking about boondocking in the rest areas. I like it better than boondocking in other locations because you have the trucks there and they have their engines on to keep warm or to keep cool. So you can put your generator on and there's no issue. So like when we go to the rest areas, uh, like we just went in Virginia and Alabama. We had to do it in Virginia twice, going and coming back. And those times it was really, really, really cold. And I was able to go into the camper and put the heater on. We didn't use the propane heat. We used the electric heat because we had the generator running. And we were able to get the rig from 40 degrees up to like 75 during the night. During the morning, you get some assistance from the sun, so it went up to about 80. That was really, really warm. When it was 80 degrees, that was really warm. I could take that. But I feel nice. Now, talking about safety when you boondocking, that's a lot of things going on in these. And I hear a lot of people talking about if they don't feel good, to get out, just to leave, to go to another rest area. So this last time we were boondocking, my wife picked this up. She saw a car in the truck area of the rest area. We saw some lady running from the car to one of the trucks, and I'm like, that's odd. Maybe they're together, or like, what is that car doing here? But there was another car. I mean, there was a per car that was driving. The lady was not driving. So I'm like, okay, that was weird. So we go into the RV, and we're in the RV for a while. And a couple hours later, the dog had to go to the bathroom. So we take the dog out to go to the bathroom, and the car was still there, but it was next to another truck. So just put one and two together, and you know what that was. But besides that, I haven't seen anything out of the ordinary. It's like when you're in your RV, you have like locks on your doors, your windows are closed, so it's just like you in your house or your car and you're resting. But only thing in the RV, when you're there, you can sleep like you just did your house. Kids, they go up in the bed. You know, if it's early, I set up the TV for them so they can watch TV. And we usually go in the room and watch TV. We have a blast doing that. We have no issues at all. We have the heat going, TV's going, everybody's entertained, and we have a nice sleep, just like if we we're in the campground, or if we were home. But that's a really nice thing about boondocking and the rest areas. And another thing I noticed about the rest areas as well is that some of them are connected to the 1 second. A lot of these rest areas with security. So some of them would say that there's security that's in the locations, which is really good. The hell was that? That hit the window. Some water came out from somewhere. So that's what I like a lot too. That they have security in many of the locations. Some of them that don't have security, they don't bother me much either because you just have a lot of trucks there. Now, timing is another thing that we have to look at when we're boondocking in the rest areas. Like you're traveling, if you go to rest early morning, let's say 6 through 12, you'll find a spot easily in most of the places. But if you try to go at 6 at night, 10 at night, 1 in the morning, they're gonna be jam packed. Though the truckers they get in there early to get their rest, and they travel during the a lot of them I see traveling during the day. But at night, those rest areas are really packed with them in there, with them resting. Some of the rest areas they allow cars to go in. I mean, trucks to go in the morning hours, like the no, not the morning, the nighttime hours. They let the cars go where the cars are because there's not that many cars there resting. Because we go during the day to sleep to rest. A couple times we had to go during the night because we were just too tired. It's like when we went to Texas, forget about it. We need somewhere to rest out because the drive is too long. But going to Texas, we stayed at another camp resort, so we didn't have to boondock many times. But coming from Texas, I couldn't find a campground that had space to accommodate. That generator is going to allow you to stay on. The generator is going to allow you to stay at the camp, stay powered up. So that that helped us a lot. The generator. Again, once I come out of this, I'm almost out of this now. There's no good reception over here. As soon as you come out of it, it's bing. You have all the reception in the world. Just shoots up the reception. Right, I'm coming out pretty soon, and I'm out of it. Now we're just going over some water. So may happen again. I just hope I start talking about it again. But too bad I turned the comments off so nobody could hear if I'm hear what I'm saying. But I don't think this thing is too accurate though. Because my wife was saying that it was like 0 or 1, but she's watching and the kids are watching. So you'll see a lot of people on there. moves fast. I'm like, sitting over there. So I try to come over here, get out of his way. It's coming out. You know those side areas where you pull over on the highway like if you have an emergency? I hate going over there. Most of the time I go over there, I get a flat. So I'm scared of those areas over there. I don't like going over there. Just because I associate it with flats and nails. I don't know why there's so many nails over there, but you do have a lot of them. So, talking about boondocking, we boondocked at gas stations before, Cracker Barrels, rest areas. I never like really did it in a park, a campground, or like a state park. Something that I would like to do. I like to boondock in one of those places. And I was talking with my wife about it's like a tent, a rooftop tent to go with us with the camper, just in case like we have some friends or something that want to come sleep in the rooftop tent. Those things are nice. I watched this guy, Drew Sims. He has a channel. I think that's the name of his channel, Drew Sims. And he does a lot of truck camping. Not truck camping. He has a Jeep and he has a rooftop tent. He pulls out the tent, he pulls out the stove from the back of his Jeep. My man be cooking out in the woods. They're cooking some good meals too. I'm like, well, I'm getting some recipe tips from him. But if you get a chance, check out his channel, Drew Sims. Drew Sims, I believe. Simms. Really cool channel. But like I see some of these guys doing things in some of these parks. I'm like, first, how you know how to get to that park? Second, like you are brave to go up there alone. But once you become familiar with a lot of these survival techniques, you can go pretty much anywhere and survive for days and weeks, months at a time. Once you have like a lot of these survival tactics down pat, like if you know how to make fire, you can stay warm. And if you have like a lot of the camping gear to stay warm, you're definitely gonna stay warm no matter what. Then you have like all these appliances to cook. I mean, you have everything you need to hook up and cook while you out in the wilderness with no connections. I think it's absolutely amazing that you're able to do that. We have a lot of those things too, but we're able to survive. Like let's say we're in the woods or something with our just our generator. We have things that we'll be able to survive for a long period of time. We have like it's not a water tool, but it's a jerry can for the gas. We have two of those, and the generator it takes like maybe a quarter of what's in the jerry can to full up the generator, and the generator lasts about 12 hours. So with one full up with the generator, it would last us 2 days with one full up of the generator because we don't use it for like 12 hours. The things that we use it for mostly are things with the plug sockets that portable batteries can't power, like the heaters. But if the rig is warm and we're not using the heaters, there's no need to use of the generator because our portable batteries can power our TVs. So it's just like a cycle that we do where we use the generator when the portable batteries are dead to charge up the portable batteries, to heat up the rig, or to cool down the rig. And that's how would use that. So when we turn off the generator, we can still use the power from the portable batteries. So it's pretty awesome. Then we carry a lot of weed. 1 pound propane bottles. We use those for mostly cooking. Like we don't want to cook inside using our stove, or we're using the portable buddy heater to assist with the electric heat just to get the camper in a short amount of time. So like in Alabama, and it's 35 degrees, and we want to get that camper up to 70 in about 30 minutes to an hour. We'll put on the two electric heaters, and then we'll throw on that portable buddy heater, and that will get the rig up so fast. Get it up in half an hour to an hour from 35 degrees up to 70. That these campers are nice, especially like when we have to slide in, you know, to heat, less space to heat, so it heats really fast. So I realized that, and we don't mind boondocking. Drive well. I don't get what I'm driving. I'm just used to moving the car and driving the car, so I don't get tired much when I'm driving. And when I start getting tired, like I'll just start yawning a lot, like I am now. I'm tired now. I start yawning a lot, so I know that I'm tired. I start looking for rest areas so that we can rest. But most of the time, I don't get tired. And but my wife, she wants to be comfortable, and I don't mind. I like that we be comfortable when we're resting. So she'll ask to find a rest area so that we can rest and continue the journey the next day, in a few hours. A few hours for us, that's going to be like 8 hours. If I get that bed, I take my allergy pill. I gotta take allergy pills. If not, I'll be coughing all over the place. Everybody be like, "He got corona." So I take my allergy pills, and I'll be gone. Especially that Benadryl. Woo! I'll be gone to tomorrow. Dog be knocked out. Kids be knocked out. Everybody mouth open, knocked out. And the comforts of home. And that's the best thing. Step outside, you get a rest there. Like, God damn, this at home. When I went to sleep, I thought I was home. But you realize you're not home. And that's how it is sometimes. That's how it is. Now, Christmas is a little odd for us this year because I had a late vacation. Usually, we'll take a vacation early December, and we'll have enough time to do everything. Because a lot of people don't put up the tree until after Thanksgiving. So we got a little late putting up our tree this year, and then after putting up on a tree, we put up a tree. We went on vacation, and we just got back yesterday. So that whole Christmas, that whole month of December, you have all your decorations out and the Christmas tree lit. We were away on our vacation. Of course, we had our RV decorated and the outside of the RV decorated the most as we could. Um, so the children were able to see that. But we missed the home part of the Christmas, which is tonight. Some people celebrate it today. I was hoping to get the day off today, but that's me being spoiled after being away on vacation for 10, 11, 12. I don't know how many days it was, but I was away for a long time. I mean, we had a ball. I gotta give shout outs to my wife, cooking it up with all that good food. You know, I love eating my food. And she got me hooked on that Cracker Barrel Southern Fried Chicken. That thing have your mouth watering. That's how good it is. Cracker Barrel fried chicken. Can't go wrong with that. I like that a lot. But and my wife is gonna be really busy tonight getting everything set up. Like we have a lot of the things there already set up, but we're gonna be busy tonight getting everything set. She has to drive back pretty soon before it gets late, and I'm already gonna be here. And the house is only about 5 minutes from work, so whatever she doesn't have set up, we'll finish it off tonight when I get out. Hopefully, I get out on time. But nothing is predictable in my line of work. Go in, you don't know what time you're getting out. But it's okay. You know, you get to enjoy when you do have time off, when you do have vacation. You get to enjoy a lot with your family, and you don't have a lot to worry about because you're well prepared. You know, fortunate to be working. Some of the people who are out of work, so fortunate. So some people, a lot of people work as linemen, and they live in their RV and they just travel wherever the work is gonna be. I'm like, you can make a fortune doing that type of work, working as a lineman. Just find somewhere where you can park the RV for long term. And if you find somewhere you can store the RV long term, good to go. Working as a lineman, you just go wherever you find those contracts. I mean, if I needed a place to work, I'll be doing that. I'm in a contract right now that I'm almost done with it, and set for the rest of your life after you're done with this contract that I'm in, which is a pretty good deal. Here they're trying to get the rule away with it, do away with it, because a lot of people are living longer than they used to, taking care of themselves. So, you know, these pensions into the systems, they're thinking that you die so that they don't have to pay you out, pay you out, but they have to pay you out if you live. So that's what happens with a lot of people in my line of work. The longer you live, the more money we get. So we try to stay as healthy as we can. You know, it may not show in the weight, but eat as healthy as we can and stay alive and enjoy life as long as you can, so that you can rob the system. And it's not. I don't think it's robbing. You invested most of your youth with a lot of these jobs. If you have like a 20-year term like I have, you invested most of your youth within the job. So it's only right that you get at least that same amount of time that you put in with them. And as a special plus, if you get bored, you shouldn't get bored of 20 years worth as possible. And this RV life is very simple. And once you get the hang of it and you learn how to budget, you're not spending a lot of money. Especially like if you have like staying, it's great. I always like that. Staying in places like for a month and a half. We still see a lot of the country by doing that. Like if you stay a month at each location, that's I believe that's nearly that's nearly 12 states that you can stay if you're going state to state, and it'll take you a couple of years to see basically everything in 12 states. And this great big country is so hard to see everything, and you're gonna get a lot of boondocking. And got off topic there, a lot of boondocking, especially you go to the Midwest. Hey, a lot of people do it boondocking, and some people are actually going out, uh, seeing sand dunes and a lot of natural habitat during the low tides and like in beaches and rivers, the ocean. To another channel, Finding Our Someday. That channel is excellent. I think this guy is from Arizona, and he goes over there and does a lot of sightseeing with his family. It looks like they have a blast. That's something I like to do too. Go sightseeing. If you guys are ever on the East Coast and you're going from, let's say, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and you're going up to Texas, try Interstate 81. That I-81 is a nice drive, take you through a lot of nice locations. It's the I-80. Someone mentioned that to me at work, but I had no clue. And the GPS took us up that way. It's the I-81. And we went flying up there. You saw everything. Coming back from Texas, we saw a lot of stuff too. Went to Mississippi, Louisiana. Louisiana was funny because when we got to Louisiana, I was just stopping to get gas, and my wife was hungry, and we went to Arby's, and I had on the YouTube shirt, and a guy from Arby's was asking me, "Hey, are you from around here?" I was like, "No, man, I'm from New York," and he was like, "Yeah, you sound like the city." I was like, "How do you think I sound like the city, man? They sound like really country." And after talking with him, he was like, I was like, "It's our first time in Texas," and he was like, "It's your first time you went to Texas? What about Louisiana?" I said, no, I never been to Louisiana. I hear it's nice over there." He said, "You're in Louisiana right now." I was like, "Wow, I'm in Louisiana. I didn't know I was in Louisiana." But yeah, Louisiana. I was in there and didn't even know I was in Louisiana. He said that I was right on the border. Like 5 minutes one way, I would have went back into Texas. But then I started seeing the signs for New Orleans, like all the other places. Then you go to Mississippi. It's like, oh, I'm driving in Mississippi right now. Heard of Mississippi, never thought I'd be driving through Mississippi. I don't know. Somebody called out. That's the word I call it. I hit it on fire. That's what happens sometimes. The car's going on fire. That's scary. I gotta take my car in, get it checked out every 3, 4 months. Make sure the lubricants and oils and fluids are all up to where they're supposed to be. Things happen sometimes. I wonder what, like, the boondocking videos. I like to see a lot of different boondocking videos, and I try to do searches for them, but I don't find that many on YouTube. And those are the ones that I want to see. Or winter camping. Most times people that are winter camping, they're boondocking because a lot of these places, the water, the electric, everything is off because of the winter. And I saw somebody, they had a page where they boondocking the campground. The campground was open, but everything was shut off because it was winter. That also would have been cool to go to. But I'll try to find some of those. We're definitely gonna find some when we go to Alabama, to the West Coast early next year to vacation, and hopefully we're able to go to the West Coast. That's what I want to do. Sorry about this. I often put stuff on my lips during the winter because it gets so dry out here. I hate the feeling of dry lips, like ah. So I try to put some stuff on my lips so they're not dry and shiny. 2 weeks come down this way. Well, I'll say twice a week because I got to drive down, and then when I drive back, it's like 2 times. I have to make this drive. Oh, another cool thing that's happening to our family is that the more you do YouTube, the more you upload videos, the more you get noticed. And I found that really funny that a couple of times we're in campgrounds and people know who we are. I find that really fun. Like, oh my God, it's kind of shocking sometimes that people actually know who you are and they watch some of the content you create. Even though we're just starting, our content is far from fabulous, far from fabulous. Still working out a lot of the issues. I bought a drone and I'm more comfortable boondocking using that drone. I don't want to be next to anybody's camper because I can't control that thing. I see some people's videos and they put that drone in the air and that drone flying around looking at everything. I'm like, oh, let me try that. I put my drone in the air, that joint take off. Like I don't know where it go. I'm like, come back, and it don't come back. So I don't use that drone a lot anymore. But I would like to use it. But we getting new microphones. I got a new camera coming in. And I had a lot of this stuff, and I don't know what I did with it. A lot of times, we downsize on a lot of the things that we have, so we donate a lot of things, especially electronics. And pretty sure I gave it away or sold it. Well, as we sell it, it's like giving it away. Most times I'll put it up on eBay and just enough to pay for the shipping, to ship it to somebody because I wanted to get rid of it. I didn't want to throw it away. So I remember I had an old Xbox with 50 games, and I sold it for about $80 because that's how much it was to ship everything. And someone bought it. People in the post office was like, "Wow, that's a good deal." And I hope the person that bought it they were able to enjoy it. But I enjoyed the heck out of that Xbox. It was the first Xbox that came out. Now we into this new Xbox, gaming and mechanical. But we're going to be doing more of that coming up. A lot more of the gaming and the camping. But a couple of lined up. I might have to cancel some of them. only because we're not going to be, I'm going to be busy with work, so I'm not going to be off like I'm supposed to be. And I got to do some trainings. I mean, we can still go to the campground and then go do the training. I can do that, but we'll see. Some of those I had to cancel to get out. But for my wife's birthday, we're gonna keep that one. And hopefully the weather starts changing where a lot of the campgrounds are open. Because right now, many of the campgrounds are not open. My favorite campground is Timothy Lake South. That's in Stroudsburg. We like that one a lot. You always find a spot there. So many spots. The popular spots is hard to find. It's hard to get, especially in the winter. I mean, in the summer. In the summer, it's hard to get in there because everybody knows the spots to get to when you have good internet. And you want the spots with the good internet because when there's a lot of people and everybody's sharing that the Wi-Fi that they have there, the Wi-Fi shuts down a lot. I guess from like too many people using it, but it shuts down a lot. So you want to get to a spot where you can reach one of those cell phone towers. So you get to the highest point in the campground that you can see. We drive around with our phones out, like we find we get bars on our phone. We're like, all right, let's stay here for a little bit. We stay for like 2 minutes, making sure that it's reliable. And once we see that the service is good, that's where we'll stay. We'll camp there. Most of the campgrounds we go to, we find good reception. Realize most of the campgrounds that are in areas where there are many other campgrounds, they're all in the same area. Those they have good reception because you have like a lot of businesses, you have a lot of everything there, so there's a lot of cell towers around there. So those ones are usually really nice times. I have time to go. I want to go. Did I leave a little bit too early? Time. Sorry, I had to think. Dad's birthday. His birthday, somebody's birthday is in February. My daughter's birthday is in February. Other daughter's in May. Did I miss anybody? No, I didn't miss anybody. Oh, shoot, I forgot to buy one more Christmas gift. I can't get it while I'm at work. Shoot. I'll probably get it tomorrow before work. That's what I'll do. I'll get it tomorrow before work. That way, I'll have everything that I need. I get it tomorrow before work. Thank God I never spend much getting gifts this year. Usually I have to spend a lot this year. We didn't have to spend a lot. Great thing. We didn't break the bank. It's just a good thing to do. Well, it's not good to break the bank. It's good not to break the bank. So we have a couple of upcoming trips that we're going to be going on. There's one campground that I can't get in. It's so popular. It's that Gettysburg Thousand Trails in Pennsylvania. I can't get into that one. That's the one that has like the farm. I'm going to try to book that diligently. I'm going to look to see when they open up, and I'm going to try to book it as soon as they open and try to stay for a couple of days. I had it like once or twice before but because of work I had to cancel. and they had sites that was only they didn't have full hookup. They had electric and water. They didn't have sewage. But I have that um, vinyl tote, so I'm able to use that to get places like that. So I don't have to take the whole RV to the dump station. But like when I get places like that, I always take the RV during that last day. I'll take the RV over there just to give it a nice flush everything out. I've done that a lot. After every trip now, I have to give it a good flush. Make sure there's no toilet paper stuck in there. 'Cause sometimes we have like toilet paper in there stuck. You have to keep flushing it so that it's just clear water coming out of it. This car is really, you have to get used to driving it. When we first got it, it was like I couldn't drive. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with this car? It's like in this car, most of the car is in front of you. It's like you're sitting in the back seat. This is only a two-seater. There's a seat back there, but I guess they put it back there like for insurance reasons. But no one can sit back there. So it feels like you're driving from the back seat because the engine is so big. It's like everything is up there. It took a while just to get the hang of it. So like even when you're turning, sometimes you turn too wide. So turning like you driving like I want to say a regular car, but a car that's not like this. Backing up is easy because you're looking right out the window. Like you can see the window right there. I can probably reach out and touch it with my hand. But the car definitely has a lot of power. See, I want to get one of those RVs that have the toy haulers. Maybe I can fit this bad boy right in the toy hauler. Nah, this won't fit. It's probably too wide. You have to get like one of those smart cars. They can probably fit in the toy hauler. Drive that bad boy around the campground. Everybody got their golf cart, and you drive it around in a little smart car. Imagine being a smart car. I'm 6'3". Imagine me trying to stuff my butt in a smart car without. It was funny. I had one. I had like the Chevy Spark. I only like Chevys. The Chevy Spark was like a smart car. That was my favorite car. Couldn't even put $20 gas in there. You had to force about $17 in there. That's all it would take. And going from work and home, the gas lasted me about a month. I think it was 4 cylinders that car, but it was a light car. It took me everywhere. Small Chevy Spark. Really liked it. Chevy Spark is the way to go. Just like the phone in the car zone. Guess it thinks it's using the final flow. But yeah, we're gonna try to do some more boondocking videos because I like boondocking, especially boondocking in the winter. And rest areas are not dangerous. I haven't seen anyone that was like dangerous. I remember somebody said something about pickpockets in the rest areas. They said, be careful, there's a lot of pickpockets there. I'm wondering, how the hell are you getting your, excuse my language, how are you getting your pockets picked and you're inside your RV? Like, are you going to the bathroom and they're robbing you in the bathroom without you knowing? Or do you mean that you're in your car and they break into your car or your RV? But I would think like pickpocket means that they've taken something from you. So that's what I always thought, but I didn't understand that. Like they didn't further explain about pickpocketing. I think it was like in a Facebook forum I saw that about pickpocketers. And if anybody got pickpockets in the rest area, so either way, let me know what happened. How did that happen? And I've seen people in the rest areas talk to people, but like to get pickpocketed, I'm guessing somebody has to get into your personal space for that to happen. And I don't let people get into my personal space. Like if I know you, it's fine, but if I don't know you, get out of here. Some people they try to talk to you like this, you don't know them, you don't get back. So I don't allow a lot of people into my personal space. I'm working late today and tomorrow. Because we at work right now, and my work day will be almost over. But not today because I'm working late hours to cover, and my boss has to cover a late shift. And I'm happy about it because when I go home, everybody's sleeping anyway. So I rather work late afternoon, not midnight. So I don't like midnight. I worked midnight for 4 or 5 years. I don't like that too much. But for most of my career, I worked late afternoons, and that's always worked out really good for me working those late afternoon hours because I get to spend a large part of the day with my family. And I get to spend the night sleeping. When I get in, everybody's knocked out with their mouth wide open, catching flies. So I'd rather work during that time. That's how I've been for most of my career. It'll be adjustment when I retire, but in a good adjustment. It will be on the road, knocked out, and be already watching Disney, watching TVs, watching Netflix, watching movies. Anybody watch Power Book Ghost Power Book 2 or something like that is called? That is a crazy show there. It comes on the Stars Network. It got me hooked because I used to watch Power. That's produced by 50 Cent and it's Curtis Jackson, if you didn't know. But I watched that for many, many years. Many seasons I watched that show. And then that show ended and they came off with like three spin-offs, is what they're calling it. It's Raising Canaan, then they have Power Book 2, and then there's another one with Tommy Egan. His show didn't come on yet, but that's gonna be another one to watch. But they just have you consumed, and also like watching Law and Order, um, the SVU, and Organized Crime with Stabler. Oh, that thing is nice. I have a Law and Order head too. You were like, how can you watch that? Like, what about work? I'm like, I don't know. I watched that for years. But it's just the SVU I really like. And now with the new organized crime, I think they went into season 3, the organized crime. It's really good. Happy they brought Stabler back. See, him and Vincent, they really made the SVU. And then when Stabler left, for me, it took me a while to get back into SVU without Stabler being in it. But then I got back into it. Then when the organized crime came out, I said, wait a minute, that's Law and Order, and that's Stabler. And they blended the SVU and the organized crime at times. So you would see like people from SVU coming on the organized crime. So it made it really, really interesting to watch because you knew it was the same, it was people that you knew. So that was awesome too. And yes, when we out camping, I'll be watching that. Like, how do you watch that? We have the internet, and I think it comes on the USA Network, so you have the app, so you can watch it through that. Or I think it also comes on Hulu, and you have the app, you can watch it too. And we have Dish Network, so with the Dish Network, we can watch it through there too. So we have multiple ways that we can watch it when we're on the road and the RV. Got it right, but knock out of the cars. I was like, only time I get to see like that is when I'm working. I don't know why people get like that. When I'm working, I can hibernate my whole shift. This guy got a jerry can on the back of this damn vehicle with that jerry can. That's how it is. Thank you guys for coming in and spending time with me today. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. People coming in, spending time on their Christmas Eve. I wish I was home, but I'm away from home, taking this long drive, and family gonna meet up with me later, and enjoy our Christmas here in the city, New York City. I don't know if you guys ever spent Christmas in New York City, but it's really cool. You get to see the tree, Rockefeller tree. You get to see all these things. When I'm working, I get to see all of these things, so it's not that special to me anymore. Like all these special landmarks, I see them every day, so they're not too amusing for me to see because I see them every day. Fox News Tree, Bryant Park, ice skating ring, Central Park with their ice skating ring, the outdoor festivals at Bryant Park, those are really nice. They have some nice food there too. Nice treats. I haven't tried the food. I tried a lot of the treats. I like the treats. Those are good too. Talking about treats, one of the people I follow, Michelle's, I believe it's Michelle's Tasty Dishes. So check out her channel too. She has like devotionals, religious devotionals that she does every morning, and she has certain recipes that she puts together. Tasty dishes. She has tasty dishes. Check that out. A lot of good people on the YouTube. I never met them if it wasn't for YouTube. Didn't know YouTube was like that. I used to watch other channels, um, but not other channels, other social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and everything else. Never knew YouTube was something where you would meet people. And it's somewhat like I didn't want to say that it's like a more of a connection through YouTube than with other things, but I think it is. If you're watching the people's videos or whatever they're into, I'm into a lot of different things, and you're able to tap into like each of these people's personalities that they share with you as they share their videos, and it's awesome because let's say I like tent camping, I like RV camping, I like winter camping, I like overlanding. You're able to tap into each of these personalities that from the people that you find, and you can just divulge yourself into that content, and you can get as much of it as you want. Winter camping, I've seen somewhat of it, but not in the RV, and that's what I wanted to see. Winter camping RV because there's a lot of people that do it, but there's not a lot of people that vlog about it. When I go to these campgrounds in the winter, there are people with long-term stays inside the campground, but they don't vlog. So that's like a lot of the tips I get and the ways I learn how to survive is by seeing them. Talking to them at the parks, I see how like how is your water working? And it's like 2 degrees outside, and they know how to keep that water from freezing. They know how to do it. And a lot of the parks, especially Tempe Lake, they have heating coils around their water spigots. So you just have to keep the part that opens up to let the water come in. You have to keep that part from freezing. But once you have everything else on, then it works, and it works fine. Oh, and if you want to camp in the RV, you have to make sure you have something to clean off the salt because it rusts up fast. You have to have some sort of a lubricant to put on the bottom. Like they sell all sorts of things to cook that piping, that the wheels, everything that's under there, so that it won't freeze. I We use like a oil-free base lubricant. Don't know how that works, but it works, and we coat the whole piping under there. Like anything that's exposed, we have a enclosed heated belly, whatever they call that thing under there. So the only thing that's exposed is the axle and the wheel parts and that leaf thing, leaf springs. That's the only thing that's exposed, and all you have to do is spray that down. And everything else, like the hitch, all that other stuff, you're greasing your ball. And when you grease your ball, then when that hitch goes over it, that hitch is in turn getting greased all in it. So that's not going to rust. The outer portion of it, you have to be careful of because that portion may rust. And the hitch that's connected to your vehicle, you have to worry about that because that portion can rust. So you just have to spray that part up so that it can remain lubricated. And you can spray it on, you can wipe it on, you can paintbrush it on. I got like a bottle and also have a bucket. So most times I can spray places that require like a large area. I'll just use a paintbrush and wipe it on with the paintbrush, and that works a lot too. Oh, it's getting dark out here. Isn't it amazing how dark it gets so early when it's dark when it's winter time, like the sun leaves 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I remember I was in Texas a couple of days ago. It was like soon as the time got to like 4 or 5 o'clock, you saw the sun going away and it was getting dark. But 6 o'clock, pitch black. And I found that to be amazing. That like at 6 o'clock it would be pitch black like that. I'm like, wow, this is like it's gradual where it would get it would get dark. Over there, it just got dark right away. So the sun leave, dark. Like, oh Lord, we didn't even get we didn't even get a chance. And then if there's no lights over there, you can't see anything. I mean, sometimes some of those areas get pitch black. My phone is charging. See it charging, but I don't know if it's taking the charge. Hopefully it is. It's still green. Charge it up when I get to work. Seems like I'm gonna get to work a bit early. At least I don't get here this way. Stop by my house first. Pick up some things. And then heading to work until tomorrow. When I retire in 2, 3 years, then I don't have to come into work anymore and I can camp as long as the kids they still like being homeschooled. They still like it, we can go anywhere. And they learn so much. Boondocking, homeschooling. I remember, oh, this is another story about the boondocking. When we're going to Texas, we left at night, so when we're driving at night, which is funny, is that you boondock, you boondock. So you drive it at night, and we have to stop at 8 o'clock in the morning because the kids had school, which was so funny because when we stopped, the rig was like 30 something degrees inside, and it takes a little bit before the RV heats up. So, what was funny was that when the kids went on to their online sessions that early, the car was still fogging up. Not fogging up, but when it's cold out, you get the condensation coming from the mouth, the smoke coming out because it's cold, the frost, whatever you call it. It was so funny because they were told, I think it was the first time that they saw that. So they were talking and seeing the smoke coming out, so they kept blowing. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, don't worry, it's only going to be like that for about 10 minutes because we connected the generator and all the heat, the two electric heaters, and then the propane, my buddy heater. So once you connect all of that, it goes from like 35 to about 60 in about 10, 15 minutes. So by the end of their class, they were all ready to go. So it was a little better for them. But I still found it funny that it was like that for them. Still found it very funny. We boondocking 35 degrees. We just found the rest area. And we was like, okay, we're gonna get in and put them in. And while we were setting up, they were in class and blowing the conversation out. It was so funny. But they were able to finish the session and they ate breakfast. And then they were able to watch some television while I went into the room and took a nap. I think that's when I took the dog in the room with me. I took the dog in the room and he slept in the bed. Oh, my wife was with the kids. But that's another good thing about having the car broke down right in the middle of the highway here. Oh, that's an accident. Three-car accident. Heck, that happened. Door looked like it came crashed in. Everybody's going straight. How the heck is this door crashed in like that? Oh, that would make me angry if that happened to me. But probably aggressive driving at times, especially during this holiday season. People are rushing to go where they want to go, and things like that happen. I feel sorry for them. Like nothing worse than having an accident right before Christmas, but it looked like everybody was okay. So that was one benefit of it, but still sad to see people have accidents, especially around this time. I think I've been in like three accidents in my life while driving, and all of them, my car wasn't even moving. Two of them, I was at a stoplight and somebody hit me from the back, boom. And another one, I wasn't even in the car. My car was parked, and someone crashed into it. Don't know how they crashed into it, but dented in the whole side, took off the rear view mirror, that mirror that's on the side, took that off. Like it was like three times that happened. I don't think I've ever been in driving been in an accident while the car was actually moving. I know the guy that crashed in the back of me. He said it was my fault. That's what he told the insurance, that it was my fault that he crashed into me. And light was red. I was stopped at a red light. Like I didn't. The light wasn't yellow and turned red. I was stopped. The light was red, and I was stopped there for a few seconds with the light red. And the guy crashed into me. I was like, why? Why would he say that I stopped short or I didn't go through a yellow light when the light was red and I was there?